Kingdom Hearts 4 has just been announced. As if you hadn't already heard. But even in the 3-minute trailer we got, there is so much to unpack beyond surface level, so I'm going to go through it with you guys, and we're going to unpack all the little things I noticed about this trailer. I'm going to be jumping back and forth throughout the trailer, so bear with me, but the first thing I wanted to talk about is the parkour and its similarities to the free running in Kingdom Hearts 3. So much so that I believe they are, at least in this trailer, using the Kingdom Hearts 3 code as a basis for this game. Which totally makes sense. I mean, I know they're going to be upgrading to Unreal Engine 5, but for the time being, using Kingdom Hearts 3's code as a basis seems like the perfect way to go to just build on and improve on what they've already got. The way Sora snaps to the surface on this particular moment here feels so familiar because it's basically identical for the free running in 3. Now, onto Strelitzia. Her inclusion got us all excited, if you know who she is. To fill you in, she's basically Marluxia's somebody's sister. I think that's probably the most easiest way to explain it. But anyway, if you look at her hair, you can see that her hairpins are in the form of an X and an I, which just so happens to be the Roman numerals for Marluxia's organization number. 11. Hey, how about this one? What about the potential Star Wars reference in the forest area? At first, I thought this one was far-fetched, but I mean, that really does look exactly like what it is. Nothing is confirmed, of course, but would you be excited or nervous for a Star Wars crossover? Honestly, I'm feeling a little bit of both. Star Wars crossovers tend to be pretty dreadful, but if any series could make a crossover work, I mean, we know it's Kingdom Hearts, right? The city the main bulk of the trailer takes place in is Quadratum, which, while it is based on real-life Shibuya, is actually the setting of the Virum Rex video game in Kingdom Hearts 3, which itself was used from the remnants of a cancelled Nomura game, Final Fantasy Versus 13. Nomura clearly saw an opportunity not to waste the work they put into Versus 13, and honestly, I'm all for it. So for all intents and purposes, Quadratum is basically kind of like a purgatory, a world that isn't really aligned to either light or darkness. And comparing it to a purgatory kind of makes sense, hence Strelitzia's presence there because, well, if you know, you know. A more obscure fact that I haven't seen many people talk about is the fact that Sora's outfit in the trailer is very reminiscent of his casual clothes shown during the Kingdom Hearts and Super Groupies collab. There are some slight differences, but it is very apparent that they took huge inspiration from this collaboration. So you can do an official Kingdom Hearts 4 Sora cosplay for the low price of over 48,000 yen, which is around 400 big US greens. Maybe Etsy's the place to shop after all. If there are multiple playable characters in this game, would the likes of Riku and Roxas get their casual clothes if they entered this world? Now, the quote at the end, where the guy's on the roof talking about leaving the world in hopes of returning to where he came from, this all but confirms there will be plenty of world hopping as is to be expected from a Kingdom Hearts game. But the fact that they cannot return to where they came from, perhaps this could suggest an entirely new world list with no repeats from previous titles? Admittedly, this one is a stretch, but it does raise an interesting point. Until Sora finds his way back to a place he already knows, could we see a multitude of entirely new worlds at the start, back to back to back? And if so, is Sora's more realistic look just his costume for the Quadratum world? Honestly, I don't think that's the case, because considering the promotional artwork for this game, which, yes, is one singular drawing, but it is him in his outfit from the trailer, which, I mean, to me, it feels like that's just because it's the new design for Sora rather than a world-specific look. But of course, nothing is confirmed until it comes from Nomura himself. But it's kind of an interesting thought, right? Anyway, that's about it from me, keeping it short and sweet. If I've missed anything though, please do let me know in the comments. Any little bits that you found or picked up on, that would be cool. And I promise you guys, we will be hot on the latest Kingdom Hearts news, rumours and theories as we learn more about the game, so subscribe to stay tuned for that. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I know we won't see this game for a little while, but I am still really hyped. I'm trying to keep cool and professional, you know. And I'm not as hyped as I was, after the 13-year wait between numbered games from 2 to 3, but, I'm still very, very excited. Anyway, thank you guys again for hanging, and I hope to see you on a future Kingdom Hearts video right here on 5/9 Direct.